Hello and welcome back everybody to Creating Hanley. This is our June block of the month and we are doing this crazy star. So this is part 3 and hopefully our final part to this series. Not the whole series, not the whole year series, just this crazy star series. So I want to finish what we started. And I got all my blocks done. So hopefully at this point you have finished all your blocks. Now I just want to show you, this is the block that I started with. So in one of the videos, I did 3 so far. So one of the videos I told you about having contrasting colors. And when you stack your fabrics, stack them light, dark, or whatever contrasting or coordinating colors that you are using. And I used 8 different types of fabric. I shouldn't say types, because it's not type. It's all cotton. It's all quilting cotton, but it's different themes. Well, it's all the same theme. It's different colors and yeah. So anyway, your different styles of fabric. If that makes sense. I think I'm just confusing myself and you guys even more. Anyway, it's all quilter's cotton. It's not a different type of fabric. It's not like, flannel and whatever. It's all quilter's cotton. So anyway, enough of that. This is the star that I showed you on the video. I made a couple of these and I had mentioned that when you're doing some of your stars, sometimes if you're using a pattern and the colors are very similar, the star shape might get lost. Now this one is very easy to see because of the white background. This one is very easy to see because the white star is dead center, right? So you can definitely see that. So the background here is the colorful part, whereas the star here is the colorful part and the white is the background. So you can see how these pop. Like they're definite. You can tell they're 5-point stars. Now this one's very wonky. I made them all like this. I made them all wonky. So I told you in a previous video I did not line up this this line and this line. I lined up this line and this line, which is up to you how you want to do it. So mine is a wonky crazy star. Yours could be just a crazy star. Mine happens to be, a little off center, off kilter a little bit, and I am super fine with that. So anyway, this was the star that we started with, that I started with, and I showed you, I sewed it with you on the video. And then I'll just show you all 8 stars because I want you to see how, some can really stand out and some can blend in. So the next star, and also this coordinating fabric, so the star part here now becomes the background to the next star if you did that in order. So then this star now becomes the background on the next block. So you can kind of see how that gets lost. And I said in the previous video, because I showed you this one on the video too, how this flecked gold in the center star sets it apart from the background. So they're all stars, red, white, and blue, all the same theme throughout all my blocks. But you can see that this one is a little bit different than the background. So that's what sets that one off. And then this next one, now that background, I'll put the pointy one single leg up to the sky. So now that star now becomes the background. So you can see how that just moves over, right? Not too difficult to understand there. So then this stars and stripes is a little bit different than the stars and stripes, but this has more white. So this is like the darker, and then this is the white. So if I did dark white, or dark light, that is how this block happened. And then again, the star print here becomes the background for the next star, and there's that. So again, you have the contrast, a dark and a light background. Okay, so that one's that, which you can see that's definite a star in the center. And then we have this, which I think it looks good that way, even though blue normally is like, on the left of the flag. of the field. So there's that. That one. And then this one. Now now you're starting to see a little bit of a blend here. So we have stars and stripes. You know, here's the flag, the blue part, and then the red, white, and blue. You know, the blue, and then red, white, and blue. And then this one. Now this one's a little bit different because this center star is brown. This is an off-white, but this is definitely like a beige or a very light beige, very light tan. So this is more country-ish style, more down on the home farm country-ish. And then, well, which is this one too. This is kind of a wood. If you look close enough, you can see that white actually looks like old barnwood also. So they kind of blend a little bit there. Now this next one, definitely difficult to see. So this is what I'm talking about. It's tough to make out these star points over here because these star points are, you know, overlapping the other star points. So it makes that one much more difficult. And this is probably the only one in the stack that really is kind of difficult to make out, to really see like that middle star is actually different fabric. But anyway, that's one. That's number 7, and then here's number 8. So I showed you that already. So you can see how by carefully choosing your fabric, you can tell if, you know, a star is really going to pop or if it's going to mash together. So all of my stars are done. I told you I made 8, and I did not trim any of these. So we're going to trim these right now. And I believe I can get 6 inches, 6-inch squares. So I'm going to use my 6.5 inch block measuring tool right here. And I'm going to shift this down. So hopefully you guys can see this. Alright, so this is 6.5 inches by 6.5 inches. So I'm just going to check. And I'm only going to do one at a time because I want to make sure that all of my star points are in the, you know, inside the block. Now, I don't think I'm going to lose any. So in the beginning, I was a little concerned I might lose my star points. It looks like I'm not going to lose my star points on any of these. So that's good. So they all shrunk down, you know, like accordingly, like in the same ratio. So anyway, let's just check this out. And there's no like middle point. Like I guess I could, if I really wanted to try to find the middle, I would fold this in half this way and kind of crease it, and then fold it in half this way and kind of crease it, and then in the center see where that center might be, and then put the center here. Although, yeah, maybe that would work if I try to do that. Try to find that center. That might be able to work, guys. Let's just see what I get by doing that. So, actually, I think that's not a bad way to do it because there's really no line to follow. Like, if you try to do the 45-degree line, I'm not sure that you're going to get the, yeah, the measurement that you want. So, I'm going to try this a little bit harder. So I'm just going to use my fingernail here and just kind of create a crease there. And then fold it the other way. Now it's not straight by any means, so kind of create a crease there and see in the center where those two intersect. And then at my center point right here on my grid, find where the center point is and then place that center point, that bullseye. So 3 inches in and 3 inches in. That's right in the center. And here's the 45-degree angle. So that should be right dead center, right in there. So let's see if that actually works. Let's give that a shot. Alright, I'm going to try that. And then I'm going to check all the way around and see what is short. And this side is a little bit short, so I'm going to just shift that over just ever so slightly. And then this 6-inch line, so I'm just going to check to see where all the fabric is. I want to make sure all the fabric meets that 6-inch line all the way around. And it looks like it does on this one, so that's good. I'm going to leave that right here. And then I'm just going to look from corner to corner to see if all of my points are now on the inside. So I at least want my points to be a 1/4 inch in. Now this point up here is just at a 1/4 inch. So I might have to shift that up a little bit. And I have room down here to shift it up, because now if I look at this 6-inch line, this is a 1/4 inch right here, and that is just a little bit beyond that 1/4 inch mark. So I think we can do it without losing the points of my star. And that's why I want to do each star block individually. So let's see, where's that 1/4 inch? 1/4 inch is right here, and that is good. That clears it, and this definitely clears it. This is a shorty. That's a shorty. Okay, so because that's a shorty, I'm going to bring this. I can't really move that a whole lot this way. All right, I think we got it, folks. So that's how I'm going to do my blocks now. That's how I'm going to line up. I'm just going to fold it in half one way, fold it in half in the other way. And then whatever that crease mark, wherever that center mark is, that's my bullseye right there, okay? So, just going to cut this. And I thought I don't have, do I have a 6-inch? I do have a 6-inch block. All right. I'm going to try my 6-inch block. Now, I do not have a bullseye window that I can see through. That my bullseye is at the 45-degree angle mark here. So, let me make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Okay. So this is my definite 6 by 6 inch. So I'm going to use this one instead of this one. And this should give me definite edges. And that way I won't have to kind of shift my ruler. It can stay put as I turn my whole block. And there you go. And there that is. All right. There's our 6-inch block. So you can see all the points are inside. It's all squared up. And I'm going to do every block the same way. So set that one aside. So the next one, all right. Now this one, tough to see. Again, it kind of blends. So, just try to fold it in half, whatever makes sense to you, because it's not square at all. So kind of on that line. And then fold it this way. So like, where do they intersect? Right there. All right. So that's almost dead center of this star. So that's pretty cool. All right, now find my center mark there. And then, again, just check. All the fabric hangs over, and if it's on the inside of your measurement, then shift that measurement block, or whatever you're using. Mine happens to be a 6-inch, measuring square. I don't know what these are called. Measure rulers? It's a square ruler. Anyway. So here's my center, put that right on the center, and then check where the fabric is. And if the fabric, like here, is to the inside, I hope you guys can see that, is to the inside of this, I'm just going to shift my ruler up a little bit so that the fabric is on line, if not beyond, but on line with this ruler edge. And then I have to make sure up here that I didn't sacrifice any fabric up here, and I did not. It actually is 6 inches pretty much on the nose, so that's good. Now I'm going to make sure the rest of it is okay. All the fabric is on the inside of this square, so I have some trimming to do. And then I want to check my star points again. So here, definitely more than a quarter inch. That's about a ½ inch in. This is too long, so this is only 1/8 of an inch to the end. That's going to be a problem. So then I look at the other star, and this is a quarter inch. So it looks like I'm going to blunt this point. I'm going to lose that point. However, if you look at it, I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but it kind of blends in. This point right here, it blends in with the background, so it probably won't even be seen a whole lot anyway. Won't be missed. And then this red and this red kind of blend in together too. So if those points blunt, they probably won't even be noticed. So that may be the case with your block as well, especially if you're using, really flowery or very colorful prints or patterns. Okay, and then I look at the rest of them, and this star point definitely within a ½ an inch or a quarter inch. So I think I'm good there. All right, so I'm just going to start cutting this. So that's how you want to do your trimming. And then keep that there. I'm going to shift this around. I kind of want you guys to see this. You don't need to see my jeans. There, is that better for you? And then trim that and trim that. Oh, that's thick. I have to re-trim that again. Yeah, I still did not change the blade in my rotary cutter, so I have to do that. There we go. Alright, let's do a couple more, and then I want to show you how I'm going to put these together. So, this one is going to be too short. I'm going to skip that one because I can do something else with that later. Alright, and let's see about this one. This one's a little too short too. Let's do another one. Now, if it's like less than a quarter inch, that's fine. I shouldn't really even sweat it because it'll get lost in the seam allowance. If it's only like a slight, even less than 1/8 of an inch, it'll be fine. So I'm just going to use this one. This one is a little bit shy, but I'm just going to pretend that it is right. And so this star point is in. Let's shift this over. This star point is in. This star point is in. That star point is in. Okay, so I'm just going to use this. How this is. Oops, keep that in place. Trim. 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 Alright. Now that is trimmed. There we go there. Let's do one more on camera, and then I want to show you let's see if these are different. And also I made a little extra. I made 8 and I only want to use 4, so a couple extra in case you know, something goes super wonky. Maybe this one. This one, no, that's not good. Let's go back to this one. Alright. So, let's take a look at this. Alright, tough to see these star points now. Tough to see the star points. Okay. You know what? I'm just going to pick that up and shift it around anyway, which is fine. You can do that. Alright. So, I have 4 of these now. There's that one. Now, oops, sorry for shaking that. I was going to move it. Now, I'm just going to put this down in place right here so you guys can see. Here's a white, here's a color, here's a white. Kind of how that works. Now, this is going to be smaller than 12.5 by 12.5. Can you guys see that? You know what? I am going to shift the camera. So, hang on with me for a second. Move this over here. Sorry. Sorry. Alright. Shift the camera. Hopefully you guys can see this. Okay. There we go. Now, if I put my 12.5, you can see already it's a little bit shorter, especially over here and over here. You can see it's a little bit shorter than my 12.5-inch square. So what that means is when I sew those together, I just lost my light. When I sew these together in a 4-patch, it's going to shrink down even more, which is fine, actually. Now, if I wanted to, I could sash between these. So, if I wanted to, I could spread these out just slightly, and then I can sash right between these, right? I could add a little sashing and attach those together. But I don't want to do that. I'm going to sew these directly onto each other like a 4-patch, and then I'm going to sew around, I'm going to sew a border or a sashing. And I'm going to make it a little bit bigger than 12.5-inch square. And then when I add my batting and my backing for a quilt sandwich, I can trim it all up perfectly at 12.5 inches using this big ruler. Okay? So that's what I'm going to do. You can do however you want. But now I know these are 6.5-inch perfect squares because I just trimmed them all 6.5 inches. And then you can arrange them whatever order you want. So I have it, like this. I could put my star point. Now these happen to be in the same direction. I could change it around like that, put my star points in different directions. I can change the order of it if I wanted to do something like that. It doesn't even matter, whatever works. And then however you want to arrange it is up to you. And then you didn't have to make the same size that I did. I just happened to make, what did I make? This 6.5-inch star with a 7-inch block. So again, you can use whatever size that you want. If you go smaller than this, that's going to be super teeny tiny to work with. If you do, like I've seen 1-inch stars, if you do 1-inch star, just applique it. Don't even try to do the crazy cutting and all that. That's just going to be, even 2 inches going to be just, it's going to be minuscule, miniature, like super teeny tiny, like for a baby doll house or something. So you can see, you know, what this looks like. This is like the size of my palm. So if you go any smaller than that, you really, you know, like work with super teeny tiny tools or something. Anyway, guys, I'm just being silly. So just sew that 4-patch together, and then, you know, put the sashing on the outside, the bordering on the outside, and then put your quilt sandwich together, and then quilt it, and then save it. You don't even need to trim it up just yet. Save it, put it with all your others in your stash, in your collection, and then this is June now. This is month 6. So in our So a Year Full of Stars, we're halfway there. So we're going to do a few more stars, and we probably already have 12, given that I did like 2 or 3 every month. So I'll try to throw in another star for June, and then we'll go on to July, which I actually might do something. I might just use the same star for July, or I will definitely, you know me, in themes. I love a theme. So we'll probably do the same. I will probably do the same red, white, and blue star for July. Or I might do something completely different. Maybe I won't even do a star, which actually doesn't even make sense. But for July 4th in the United States. So anyway, guys, thanks for playing along today. I hope that helps you figure out which star size that you want, how to get your colors, you know, like whatever contrast or coordinating colors that you want, and how many you want to use. You have to have an even number, so at least 2 stars, or, you know, 2 different colors. And then, I don't know why the light just came on the camera. I didn't turn any other lights on, but anyway, guys, so now you know how to do that. Cut it that way that I showed you. Sew it sew it clockwise, and then you can even after I got off camera, I did do the what's it called, where you put a bunch through at the same time. Oh my gosh, I just lost my train of thought. Anyway, you know what I mean. I've done all those in other videos. So, I chain pieced those, and it did go faster. So, make as many or as little as you want, and then put them all together. Make sure your size comes out to 12.5 inch. And again, if you make just one star and it's like a 9-inch square or 10-inch square, just put your sashing around it, and then your batting on the back, and then your backing fabric, and then you cut it out to this size, and it'll be perfect. It'll be just right. Even if you just wanted to do one of these, even if the other star you make 2, but the other star didn't turn out so well, and you only make one of these, look at that. Just put your sashing all around it, right? That's all you gotta do. 1 star. And then just put some sashing all around it. And if you wanted to do just like squares or whatever around your star just to make the star pop, then that's fine. That's creative. All right, guys. Thanks for continuing along in our So a Year Full of Stars. Quilt along, quilt as you go, block of the month, star block of the month. And I will see you on the next video. Bye for now. Have fun creating, and we'll see you soon.